Hello YouTubers. Well, I have still got plenty of waterfowl footage to edit, but this video is a little more, I'm going to probably release this one closer to the actual time, so I can stay current on some things. Anyway, getting prepared for the 2023 Spring Gobbler season, which isn't until next month, the 15th. It's still March. But I'm just going to do a little scouting trip to see how the current crop of turkeys looks. I'll see if I can find any. Going up Mackay. This is an area I can't hunt, but it gives me an idea of what's out there. So, the area where I usually hunt probably has a couple feet of snow right now. So, hopefully it'll melt off by the time the season starts. If not, hopefully there'll be patches and there'll be enough left I can bottleneck them. I mean, that can work to my advantage as well. So, we'll see. As we begin our journey. Okay, the last time I was on this road, let's see if I can get my hat tilted in the right way so I can get this on video. Last time I was on this road, it was flooded and the creek was at some ridiculous amount of cubic feet per second. Mackay Creek, that is. This isn't Mackay right here. We have to go up and over another hill to get there. But there was even a small river running through this road. It was ridiculous. You can see apparently they have gravelled it. They put new, they've resurfaced it with new material. So that's good to see. Yeah, I could only get in here so far. I think I'd come up here and turn around, which it was real iffy driving up to here because there was water running down the street, and I mean it was unreal. Turned around. Looks like they knocked down that house there. I think I turned around in this person's parking lot and went back because it was looking worse and worse. There was more and more water as it went up. You can see, I mean, this little spot here, I mean, which is nothing. It's usually there's no water in here. But it drains off all of this. So if you get a strong rainstorm or a bunch of snow melting in a hurry or both, you're going to have water down here. And that's what we had that time. The view is pretty nice from here. Oh, there's something in there. It looks too big to be a deer. Of course, sometimes they have cattle up here, but that could be an elk. I don't see it now. It went in a thick brush there. And go down this valley, and then Mackay Creek is down there, running east-west. Which I think is right. We're going southwest right now, so. There's an old road down there. Be interesting to know the history. It's probably just used to put power poles and stuff out, but you never know. Now they've resurfaced this part too. I never got this far, so I don't know if there was any water running down this road or anything. I have no idea. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got turkeys right out there. I don't know how well you can see them. Pretty good sized bunch though. Looks like about 2 or 3 dozen. Well, we'll see if there's any further up. Things are looking good so far. Didn't see some unusually large ones, but there's some nice ones in there. Okay, here you can see some evidence of flooding. Flood debris right here. a pretty good amount of stuff. This creek is, yeah, it looks like it may have ran over the bridge. Take a look. It may have been high enough to actually flow over the top of the bridge, judging by the gravel that's in the middle of it there that wasn't there before. I'm sure it's pretty unnerving for the people who live up here. Lots of big gravel and rock bars everywhere. Some of these people are having trouble getting home or leaving their home to go anywhere else. It's unfortunate for them. I thought it'd be kind of nice to live up here, but that's the big downside to it. There's areas where this road is right next to the creek, and it starts flooding. It's going to be all over the road. We're not going to be able to get through. I don't see anything here. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that something? Nah, it's just, it looks like just rocks. Yeah, just rocks. Oh, I've seen a robin fly by. That's a sign of spring. Although I gotta say, sometimes the robins are wrong. When we still lived at the trailer park before it got flooded, there was one early spring, it seemed to be early, that there's a whole bunch of robins that come through, and then we had a cold snap, and I found like 3 or 4 dead robins. They didn't escape in time. So, now people go, hey, you can tell by the animals what the weather's going to do. Well, sometimes animals have it wrong. They're not always right. That creek is prime for fishing, I'll tell you. Maybe more, because there's some I can't see. Wow. Nice. It's all up on that hill over there. There's some behind the house. I don't see any strutting though, thus far. They're just eating, so. It's been still getting cold here in the morning, so they may not be quite in the mood yet. I'll bet another week or two might change them all. Move on up. Yeah, who knows? Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch where I don't see. Shoot, there might be 100 turkeys over there. Because there's a whole bunch that were out of my view. Yeah, so looks like so far I've probably seen over 100 turkeys. Nice. Looking good. No geese yet though. Must be still a little chilly. I don't know what the temperature is here right now. Yeah, it feels like about 10 degrees cooler than the house. It was about 62, 63 at home. That's probably 50 something here. I'm tempted to get a reservation permit and try fishing here. I can fish the creek back where it flows into the dam. That's not on reservation land. This is. And they won't let you hunt turkeys here. 2013 was the last year that non-members could do it. I remember that. I recall that year I got a 20-pound turkey with a coach gun. anyway, I'm going to go up this way first, up this fork, see if I can see anything. Can't go real far up here. Last I checked, they were preparing to build a gate across it, so. Yeah, see, this is all flooded out. When it flooded, this road's hardly above the creek. So anytime it gets super high flow, water runs down the roadway. Which this spring, or this fall, we haven't had any floods yet this year, but that could change. And there is, look like a pretty good snowpack up high. The right conditions, you could have quite a lot of water come down. Yeah, nothing so far. You can get permission to hunt here, but now that the reservation don't allow it. Technically though, here's the thing. If the landowner is not a member of the reservation and they give you permission, you can legally hunt as a non-member. And of course, the reservation members can hunt any of it. But if you're not a member and someone up here owns land and they're not a member, if the deed is in their name, you can hunt the land. I got that straight from Fish and Wildlife. They told me. So. But you'd have to get permission ahead of time. Last time I heard, there's like a line of people trying to hunt up here, so you have to put in like this season for next season probably. Yeah, they got a spot for a gate, but they haven't installed it yet. Oh, no, it's just a cattle guard. That goes to their land, or to their ranch. Oh, some deer. Bunch of deer there. I remember it was so funny when Barack Obama said someone told him there was like 500,000 cattle guards in Wyoming or something. He said they need to fire some of them. As Bugs Bunny would say, what a maroon, what an in-cow poop. Ignorance is bliss. Alright, nothing up this way. I usually don't see them up here, but I have seen them up here before. And they come through here. They just haven't been coming through at the times I've been up here the last few times. Now I gotta get all my gear ready for turkey season so I don't have to rush at the last minute. Okay, well, here we go, up the other fork. The North Fork. How can that be North Fork? We're going southeast, that don't make any sense. I think that's the North Fork over there that I was just on. Maybe their signs are wrong. Seeing the multiple robins, that's good. Anyway, there's usually turkeys up this way, quite a bit of the time. Okay, well, nothing so far. Still got a ways to go though. Can't go all the way up, I wish I could. If I knew the combo to the gate, I could, but I have no idea what it is. They've got a gate up here, and I believe it's a combo lock. Nothing along here. There's also quail and pheasants up here, by the way. Probably chuckers as well. Maybe Hungarian partridge. Gray partridge is the other name. Further up, some of this landowners sold to Ellis Hunting Ranch, unfortunately. So I guess if you're a paying customer, you get to hunt on it. I don't know what kind of agreement they have with. Well, there again, if they own the deed, they don't have to be a member of the res. So, but last I checked, it was like $400 and some for a one-day hunt for one person for pheasants, and for other stuff like elk and stuff, it cost a small fortune. And that's not my thing. I do it myself. You know, that's more for people who don't have much experience hunting, don't really know how to set it up, and so they just pay someone to do a lot of that for them, and which is fine for them, you know. But I wish they wouldn't tie up so much land. It's like I forgot how many tens of thousands of acres they have tied up that could be hunted by other people who aren't financially well off, you know. This is kind of a nice little place here. I don't see any turkeys as of yet. No turkeys, no geese. I saw one pheasant earlier. I didn't have a camera on when I seen that. Nice big rooster. There's some deer right there. I don't know what they're doing here. They've cleared this out. I don't like development of any type. I like land to be natural, but I know what's going to happen when people buy land. They're going to develop it. I mean, if I bought land, I'd probably put a pond on it. That's a form of development. Nothing here. I took a picture a long time ago of one I seen here. A male turkey had huge spurs on it. Big old bird. I have never shot that bird. For all I know, it could be dead by now. Been a few years. I'm not sure what the average life expectancy of a wild turkey is around here. But they have to deal with weather, disease, predators. You got a lot of stuff working against them. And hunters, of course. Posted private property, really? Who would have thought? I had no idea, just because you have buildings and stuff on it. I thought it was completely public. Duh. I just get irritated with all the signs. But if they don't put up a sign in some states, you can make an argument for hunting on it. In Oregon, though, it says it doesn't have to be marked. Not by a sign. It can be a ditch, a road, or whatever. Well, it's like the rivers. Yeah, it was a lot bigger when it was running high through here. You can tell. Carved out a bunch of the bank over there. I've seen mountain quail up here too. A long time ago when I was a teenager. Don't know if there's any still here. I think their numbers have been on the increase over the years. There's not a lot of them here. You can get 2. You're allowed to shoot 2. Back then you weren't allowed to shoot any. They're a little bit bigger than the regular California quail. Or valley quail, whichever you want to call them. But not quite as big as, not as big as a chucker. Well, I still don't see any turkeys. Doggone it. Where are you guys at? About Not that it matters. I can't shoot any right now. But I'd still like to see them. Like to know they're here. With the numbers I've seen so far, it looks pretty good. If they're good here, they're usually good up where I hunt. Some of these will move up. Once it gets hot, gets warm down here, they'll move up the hill. Usually along the snow line. But I've seen them, some of them stay up there, even with it being cold and snowy. When you think about it, like in the Midwest, they get some terrible winters sometimes, and the turkeys have to live there. They got nowhere to go. I mean, they can go in the brush and stuff, but not like they can go down lower to a warmer area. There is no warm area. They just have to love it. Well, so far I don't see anything up here. Maybe they're all down below. It must be where the bulk of them are, further down. That's far. But there could be another group. Must be a spring flowing across here. It ends up drying up later though. I don't see any turkeys down in there. Nothing but darn it. Yeah, I can get away with taking my car up here. It's not that bad. It's a little bumpy, but not severe. People used to live up here in this house, and they sold their property to Ellis Hunting Ranch. But when they still lived here, I came up this road, and I remember the cars parked here. And now it's just run down. They just let it go. A bunch of deer in there. But I drove up here, and I was up near the end, you know, where the gate is. And I was just standing there outside my vehicle and just looking around. I wasn't there 5 minutes and they come driving up to see what I was up to. Talk about Snoopy. Glad they're gone, actually. Don't think I should explain myself why I'm driving on a road that they don't own, by the way. They might own the land around it, but they don't own the road. So I can drive up and down this road 50 times a day if I want to, and there's nothing they can do about it. There's the gate. I've never tried a combo just to see if I can. Well, apparently they don't want anyone driving up here except their friends or whoever, because they've posted the road. Posted private. No hunting, fishing, trap. Well, it says hunting, fishing, trapping, and trespassing for any purpose strictly forbidden. Violators will be prosecuted. And then their two chicken whatever to put their name and address on there, you know? I mean, be a man, man up, and put who you are on there. Don't be such a wimp. That just annoys me. They'll put all that stuff there. Oh, look at me, I'm big and tough. You can't walk on my land. But I'm not going to tell you who I am, because you might have a gun. Well, anyway. I mean, I don't know if the law requires them to. It seemed like it should. I mean, there should be a way to get a hold of them. What if there's a wildfire on their land, you know? Or a plane crashes or something. You got no phone number or nothing, no way to contact them. They should know. If it was my land, I'd put my name and address, or name and phone number on it. I don't know if I'd put my address on it, but I'd put my phone number and name on it so you could get a hold of me if it was something important. When I was a teenager, my stepdad and I came up here. There was no gate here, no signs either. And we drove way up there. And there's some rickety bridges. I don't know, they may have fixed them now, but there were some rickety old wooden bridges that scared the crap out of me. I actually got out of the car and walked across them. I didn't want to be in the car when my stepdad drove across them. We had a big heavy car, and I was afraid the thing might collapse. Never did though. We went so far, then there was a spot where the creek had washed out part of the road. We drove on the riverbed basically, and he knocked the muffler off. I remember that. All of a sudden it got real loud. Yeah, he'd take a car down any road, it didn't matter. Yep, it's peaceful up here. I'll give it that. I like it. It'd be kind of nice to have a place up here if you could get past the creek all the time. Be concerned about it flooding. At least they give you enough room to turn around right there. I hate to have to back all the way up. And that stream is looking good for fishing. Right down there too. Wow. In Oregon, the way I understood the law of fishing is any river that's navigable or something, where the Corps of Engineers have put anything on it, which Mackay is one of them, you can fish it, even if it's on private land, but it has to be no higher above the creek than the high water line. And it's not the flood line, that's the normal high water flow. So technically you really couldn't fish in that cliff there, but you could be down on the gravel there and fish. Totally within the realm of being legal. And looky here, we have turkey tracks. Yes we do. Right there. Another one. Yep. So we've been along this road. Don't know where they are now. But there's more right there. Going both directions. One going that way and one going this way. Yeah, maybe they were going the same way. I don't think it's very, well, yeah it is. It might be. Might be a few days. It rained the other day and soil was softer, so that's probably when they were along here. There's something way up there. Oh, it looks like cattle. Looks like they've got cattle way up there. Huh. That's a hell of a climb. Wonder if my mountain bike would climb that. My electric bike climbs some really steep slopes. It might actually climb some of that. But you have to cross the fence, which would put me in violation, so not gonna happen. Well, I'll see if there's any on the way back. Maybe I'll see them. They move about. Sometimes they cover 12, 15 miles in a day if they want to. Never know. It appears they're still in big groups. They haven't split off into their little niche. Their little cliques with their, one male with a bunch of females. They haven't done that yet. They're still in big groups. It's gonna be soon though. It's nice enough and warm enough. It's not gonna be long. Now the turkeys aren't where they were, but looks like a lot of them have. They're up on top there on the other side of those trees. I can see them behind the trees. Coming up on where they were earlier. Oh, they're still here. Look at that. Yeah. A bunch of them out there. I'm gonna get my binoculars out and see what I can see. They're kind of far away. I'd like to be able to see them better. Oh, there they go, storming off into the bushes again. Well, as soon as they see people. Some of them went in the brush, but some of them are still out. Well, after looking at those last group of turkeys, I had the camera off and I did see one pair of large Canada geese headed upstream. So, but that's all I saw, just a pair of them. Anyway, this is the fork in the road. I came from that way originally, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to head down. This goes on down the stream. I'm going to go ahead and follow it. Sometimes I'll see turkeys down that way. So, we'll see. There's some turkeys right there. It looks like some big males. Looks like some big ones I have on here. Park. Get the binoculars out so I can get a closer look at them. They don't seem quite as timid as that other group, fortunately. Oh yeah, there we go. Well, hello, Mr. Pheasant. Of course, it's private land, naturally. Oh, there's a nice beard on one of them. No gobbles. Alright, maybe my call's not as authentic sounding as it used to be, or they're just not in the mood. Several males in there. Some of them young jakes. There was one with a really nice beard though. Where'd it go? The binoculars I can see. Oh, there's one out in front. That's definitely male. There's a jake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 or 5 jakes together. Where'd that one with the big beard go? Mostly jakes and hens. But I did see one big one in there. So, you guys wouldn't mind heading up to the mountain to where I hunt, would you? Yep, no gobbles. No strutting either. A couple weeks that'll change, I bet. And get a few more warm days, things will change. And they'll start strutting every time they turn around. Well, we'll see if there's any more down the road here. Got birds down there. Let's see what they are. Oh, they're geese. They're not turkeys. Canada geese down there grazing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 geese down there grazing. Oh, yeah. For a second I thought so. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's a couple more that were sitting. Now they're starting to notice me. They're still a little shaken up from last hunting season. They'll get over it though. And then by September, hopefully they'll forget about the hunters. Until I shoot at them. Then they'll remember. Geese have really good knowledge retention as far as birds go. Oh, looks like there's a couple closer ones I didn't see. How about that? Well, so there was a group of geese down there eating in that field. So that's 12 geese I've seen so far. And probably around 150 turkeys. Pretty good numbers. But there might be something up there. I can't tell for sure what it is. And here's the reservation side. This is Ellis Hunting Ranch property right here. There might be something up there. Get the binoculars out and see. Or it might just be who knows what. No, it's just clumps of grass. Interesting how the things distort over distance. They look different than what they really are. Okay. Well, onward. All in all, it's been a pretty good day for viewing wildlife, at least the wildlife that I was looking for. Nice place to have a place right out here. Close enough to the mountains, but not that far from town. I like that. It costs you more in gas every year, but it'd be nice to have the privacy. Although these farms are getting closer and closer together, which is not good. I would rather not have my neighbors near me. Don't have anything against other people, I just like a lot of privacy. I like big spaces. No, honey, no trespassing. That's where we start seeing signs everywhere. Okay, we're going to the right. Field to what? Sometimes you see stuff along here. There's deer, several deer right there. Hello, quadrupeds. kind of sucks if you try to grow a garden out here and you have to deal with deer all the time. We've had them in our driveway before, and I have a small aspen tree that they've almost killed twice. It's annoying. Other than that, though, I don't have too much trouble with it. Well, I don't see anything down there. There's a mourning dove back there. Keep out! Yeah? Why do you think you can go in there? Oh. Start with the first jerk that put up a fence. Yeah, everyone thinks they can own stuff. If I was rich, I'd buy a bunch of land out here too. I'd like to win Powerball or something. I'd try to buy out Ellis Hunting Ranch. It'd take a lot of money. I'd offer as much as twice what it's worth, maybe more, just so I'd have it. Even if I kept the business, allowed it to continue, at least it'd be my land and I could hunt on it any time I wanted to. Worry about getting arrested. Hey, right there, that looks like turkeys. I've got to back it up. Here we go. Definitely looks like turkeys. Yeah, like turkeys too. Oh, there's a lot of them down there, and there's some strutters as well. Now we're seeing some strutters. Nice. I don't know how well you can see it. They're pretty far away. That smaller group took off, but they're gobbling. Some are flying. Well, they're scared of me. Holy cow! There's a lot of turkeys down there. Some big males with big beards too. One that's strutting while they're trying to leave. I think I'm too far away to get them to gobble. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least 5 strutters. I'm too far away. Just too far away to get to. What's with the sudden wind? A lot of males in that group. I know those turkeys were a long ways off. It's probably hard for you to see them on the camera, but there was a lot of nice males in the bunch with big long beards. Of course, that's on Ellis Hunting Ranch property, naturally. So I don't have access to them unless I want to pay a whole bunch of money. And I don't want to hunt that way. So, but it's nice watching them. I enjoy watching them running around strutting. And they're all strutting, which is good. I didn't see the ones further up the creek strutting, so, but the ones down here definitely are. But some of these could end up at Mackay Refuge later in the year, and in fall I can shoot them there. So, completely legal. And as much covers the ground, as much ground as they cover, of course. They're definitely gobbling. I wish I would have brought my hand call so you just see if I'd see how well they respond to it from this distance. Because I never really know for sure how far away they are, you know. Not exactly, unless I see them. And in the mountains, a lot of times you don't see them. They'll be off behind trees or something. And you'll call them, and you'll hear a gobble. And next thing you know, they're closer. But, of course, yeah, you couldn't separate those from their hens now, probably. Those turkeys they're still a pretty big group, so they're not completely cliquish yet. They will be, though, soon. They're definitely getting in the breeding mood since they're strutting, so. I wish they'd let us take spring gobblers at Mackay, but they don't, because it's open to fishing then. They don't want guns and fishing rods in the same location, I guess. Well, I'm headed home, and I probably saw about 250 turkeys today, give or take. So it was a successful day. It looks pretty good from down here, so hopefully when I go on top on the 15th or thereabouts, hopefully I'll have some good hunting. That's what I'm looking for. One thing about turkeys, the seasons are designed so you take the male after they've already bred with the female. So they're strutting now, so they're already breeding now. And then the season will come up, and the female turkeys can retain the male sperm, from what I understand. It's kind of weird, kind of unusual. They can have more than one clutch from the same male from one time. I find that interesting. But anyway, thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe, and thanks especially to my Patreon supporters. I definitely appreciate the support. Until next time, happy hunting.